In the gritty underbelly of New Orleans, desperation meets brutality. And the hunt is on. A homeless veteran named Douglas Binder runs for his life through a desolate dockyard at night. Panting, limping, terrified. Behind him, motorbikes roar like mechanical beasts. The hunters are closing in. Not with tranquilizers, but bullets. This is no ordinary chase. It's a manhunt. And the prize? A human life. Douglas ducks into shadows, clinging to hope. But hope is fleeting in a game like this. The French Quarter is alive with music and tourists. But beneath the jazz and gumbo is a silence no one talks about. Enter Natasha Binder, a woman on a mission. She's come to New Orleans looking for her estranged father, the same man we saw running. She finds no warmth, no welcome, just a cold trail, and the smell of secrets. Frustrated by police indifference, Natasha posts flyers, follows leads. But predators circle the weak here. A pair of thugs spots her alone and tries to rob her. Big mistake. That's when we meet Chance Boudreaux, a brooding drifter with a mullet, denim, and roundhouse kicks to spare. He's ex-military, ex-hopeful, and current loner. The kind of guy who keeps his past behind a hard stare. He lays the goons out like trash day. Natasha hires him on the spot. Not because she trusts him, but because she doesn't trust anyone else. The duo starts digging. Chance takes her through the streets no tourist guide would ever mention. Soup kitchens, shelters, the underground network of forgotten veterans. They find out Douglas was homeless, like many others, vanishing without a trace. Something doesn't add up. Chance pushes further. A contact at a mission gives them a clue. Douglas was terrified before he disappeared. Said he had to stay moving. Meanwhile, behind polished mahogany doors and tuxedo collars, the real villains operate. Emile Fouchon and his right-hand man, Pique Van Cleef, are running a secret game. Rich men, bored with safaris, now hunt humans, war veterans with no family, no records, no one to notice when they vanish. The rules are simple. Pay a fee, get a weapon, and hunt a man through the city. If the prey makes it to a certain checkpoint, they live and get paid. If not, they're just another ghost in the system. Emile doesn't see it as evil. To him, it's business. Pick? He enjoys it. Chance and Natasha retrace Douglas's steps. They meet a woman named Randall who gives them the final clue, a silver dog tag and a photo of Douglas. The same photo Natasha carries. That's confirmation. Her father's dead, but there's no body, no explanation. Chance suspects the worst. He warns Natasha to walk away, but walking away isn't in her blood. Chance visits Detective Marie Mitchell, a hard-nosed cop stuck in a system that's short on funds and long on excuses. She's sympathetic, but without hard evidence, her hands are tied. Chance asks her to run ballistics from a shell casing he found near the site where Douglas was last seen. It's not much, but it might be enough. Natasha mourns at a graveyard with no grave, while Chance sharpens his instincts. Someone's watching them, always one step behind. Later that night, their suspicions are confirmed. Emile's goons torch a shelter after the caretaker speaks to Chance. A warning, don't dig. But Chance digs deeper. He confronts one of Emile's lower-tier scouts and forces out a name, Lopaki, a handler, recruiter, middleman in the human hunting operation. They follow Lopaki into the shadows, but he's ready. Guns are drawn. A shootout erupts. Lopaki escapes, but Chance gets what he needs, a glimpse into the operation, and a personal reason to keep going. Chance and Natasha discover a hidden warehouse used for the hunts. Inside, trophies, maps, photos, casings, the evidence they need. They're not alone. Van Cleef and his crew ambush them. In a brutal fight, Chance takes out multiple men using a mix of street brawling, Marine Corps combat, and sheer rage. Natasha barely escapes with him. They flee the city, but the hunters follow. Chance takes Natasha to the only person he trusts, his Uncle Duvet, a Cajun bayou man living off the grid. Shotguns, gators, and sass, Duvet's got it all. He arms Chance and preps for war, but the enemy is relentless. Emile, Pick, and an army of mercs enter the swamp. In the deep woods, it's man versus machine. Chance sets traps, ambushes, and counters. One by one, the hunters fall. But this isn't a game for him. It's justice. Flashbacks reveal why Chance walked away from the military. He was betrayed, left for dead, and learned that institutions don't protect people. People protect people. As Chance leads Natasha through a decaying carnival ground deep in the swamp, an eerie, rusted reminder of joy long forgotten, the final confrontation looms. He's wounded but not broken. She's terrified, but determined. They make a final stand. And Emil? He's preparing his final hunt. Just before the climax unfolds, Chance tells Natasha, "This isn't about just your father anymore. It's about all of them." What follows is not just action. It's judgment. But that part of the story, you'll have to witness for yourself. In a city that forgot its heroes, one man reminded them what it means to fight back. Grit meets glory. Honor meets vengeance. And when the game is rigged, sometimes you have to break the board. This is Hard Target, a tale of bloodsport, betrayal, and the bullet that says enough is enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, please like the video, leave a comment, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more great recaps.
In the neon-lit streets of Hong Kong, two twin brothers are born into a life of luxury, but it doesn't take long for danger to find them. The twins' wealthy parents are ambushed by a gang of mercenaries led by a sinister man named Griffith. A shootout ensues, and the twins' parents are tragically killed. One brother is whisked away by a family friend, Frank, while the other is left at an orphanage. With their family gone, the brothers are separated, each living a drastically different life on opposite sides of the world. A well-dressed Chad, one of the twins, teaches an aerobics class filled with LA models, a picture of 90s luxury. Meet Chad, the first of our separated brothers. Raised in Beverly Hills, Chad lives the California dream, surrounded by money, muscle, and mayhem. Alex, the other twin, is now grown up with a street-hardened edge, runs underground operations. He's tougher, with an attitude that fits the dangerous Hong Kong underworld. And here's Alex. Life didn't deal him the same cards.
In the world of action cinema, few names resonate like Jean-Claude Van Damme. But what if the muscles from Brussels had a secret life beyond the silver screen? Welcome to the world of Jean-Claude Van Johnson, where Hollywood meets high-stakes espionage. Jean-Claude Van Damme isn't just an action star, he's also Jean-Claude Van Johnson, a covert operative using his film career as a cover for Black Ops missions. After years in retirement, a chance encounter with his former handler and ex-lover, Vanessa, pulls him back into the shadowy world he left behind. Eager to rekindle both his spy career and his relationship with Vanessa, JCVD takes on a new mission under the guise of starring in Huck, a gritty reimagining of Huckleberry Finn. As he delves deeper, he discovers that the mission involves more than just acting. It's about confronting a dangerous drug cartel and uncovering a larger conspiracy. Joining JCVD are Vanessa, his sharp and resourceful handler, Luis, a former child soldier turned weapons specialist and makeup artist, and Jane, his formidable manager who doubles as his superior in the covert agency. Together, they navigate the blurred lines between their public personas and secret identities. As JCVD infiltrates the criminal underworld, he encounters Philip, a fan who bears an uncanny resemblance to him. Their interactions add layers of complexity and humor, highlighting JCVD's struggles with identity and self-perception. Meanwhile, the team uncovers that the drug operation is just the tip of the iceberg, leading them to a plot involving advanced weather control technology. Throughout the series, JCVD confronts his past, his ego, and the consequences of his choices. Vanessa grapples with her own history, and Luis seeks purpose beyond his traumatic upbringing. Their journeys are interwoven with action-packed sequences and satirical takes on spy tropes, creating a narrative that's both entertaining and introspective. As the mission escalates, the team faces moral dilemmas and challenges that test their loyalties and convictions. JCVD must decide what kind of hero he wants to be, both on and off the screen. The lines between reality and performance blur, culminating in a confrontation that forces each character to confront their true selves. Jean-Claude Van Johnson is more than a spy comedy. It's a meta-commentary on fame, identity, and redemption. Through its blend of action, humor, and heart, the series invites viewers to question the roles we play and the truths we hide. Whether you're a longtime JCVD fan or new to his work, this series offers a unique and engaging experience. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content.
In Hell, directed by Ringo Lam and starring Jean-Claude Van Damme as Kyle LeBlanc, is a brutal prison action drama set in Russia. Let's explore how an ordinary man becomes entangled in the violent underworld of Krvavy prison. Kyle LeBlanc leads a peaceful life abroad with his wife in Magnitogorsk. One night, he witnesses her murder over the phone and arrives too late. The killer, Sergio Kovic, is acquitted through corruption. Consumed by grief and rage, Kyle guns him down outside the courthouse, an act of vengeance that seals his fate. He is sentenced to life without parole and transported to Krvavy, a maximum security Russian prison. Harsh gates, guards, frigid stone walls. Kyle is brutalized immediately by guards, even forced to relinquish his wedding ring. He meets Billy Cooper, a young inmate who suffers horrific assaults at night. Malachi, a wheelchair-bound prisoner, explains the prison's corrupt ecosystem and alliances between guards and gangs. Inmate 451, notorious for violence, is introduced, guarded by expectation of him attacking newcomers. Kyle reacts violently to prisoners who taunt him. He is sent to solitary. In isolation, he attempts starvation and suicide but fails. Haunted by flashbacks of his wife and driven by a moth appearing in the cell, he resolves to survive. Transfer occurs to a shared cell with 451, turning suspicion into guarded trust. The corrupt warden, General Khrushchev, runs underground betting fights, the shoe, as his personal profits. Kyle is thrust into training by Malachi and 451, shaping him into a fighter. First fight, Kyle faces Andrei, a powerful Russian inmate. He triumphs in gruesome fashion, shocking the prison. Kyle's humanity begins to erode. Dialogue moment. 451 asks, "Do you even know who you are?" The question lingers. Billy tries escaping multiple times by running during yard detail and again during a national celebration. He is betrayed by Malachi, who fears losing medication. As revenge, 451 pours lighter fluid on Malachi. He's tortured publicly. Billy is then raped by Valia, Andrei's successor, and left critically injured. In his last moments, he whispers to Kyle, "Don't let them make you become something you're not." That moment becomes Kyle's turning point, a fight for inner peace. Kyle refuses to enter his next ordered fight. For his defiance, he's suspended by his arms in public, humiliated. Other inmates, witnessing his courage, begin refusing to fight too. This solidarity fractures the warden's control and inspires unity among rival gangs. Kyle meets Mylok, a massive fighter he only heard through the walls. Kyle repeatedly pounds the wall, a communication that reassures Mylok when they finally meet. The two form a silent brotherhood, each recognizing shared suffering and strength. 451 reveals documents chronicling decades of murders and corruption in Krvavy. He proposes exposing the prison to the U.S. Embassy and government outside. He explains a secret escape passage through the prison garage, but access hinges on Kyle entering one more fight to gain clearance. Kyle steps into the ring once more, knowing the stakes are no longer just survival. The prison's hierarchy, guards, rival inmates, they all watch. Tension builds. Is this one last match his undoing or his rebirth? We've covered Kyle's fall into darkness, his struggle to retain humanity, his unlikely bonds inside Krvavy, and the rise of resistance. His final fight and escape, and whether he remains true to the promise of his wife's memory, those outcomes lie just beyond what we've shown. For the rest of the story, watch the film. It's difficult viewing, but deeply affecting. If you found this recap powerful, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more dramatic movie breakdowns.
Our story opens under the neon glow of 1990s Hong Kong, a city alive, restless, and ruthless. A wealthy construction magnate, Paul Wagner, has just completed the Grand Victoria Harbour Tunnel, a project meant to change the city's future. But behind the champagne and smiles, danger lurks in the shadows. Paul arrives at the opening ceremony with his wife and their twin infant sons, Chad and Alex. What he doesn't know is that betrayal is waiting inside his own ranks. Paul's trusted partner, Nigel Griffith, has sold him out to a ruthless crime boss named Zhang. In one brutal night, the celebration turns into a massacre. Bullets tear through glass, guards fall, and chaos consumes the tunnel offices. Paul and his wife are executed without mercy. But fate has other plans for their sons. One twin, Chad, is rescued by the family's loyal bodyguard, Frank Avery, a soldier who swore to protect the Wagners at all costs. The other baby, Alex, is found by local nuns and raised in the underbelly of Hong Kong streets, hardened by crime and survival. Two brothers. Two worlds. Neither knows the other exists. As the years pass, one becomes a polished martial arts instructor in Los Angeles, the other, a smuggler with a mean streak and an attitude forged by the streets. But destiny is patient. And when blood calls to blood, even oceans can't keep them apart. Years have passed. The once innocent twins have grown into men, identical in face, yet molded by two different worlds. Chad Wagner, raised in Los Angeles under the care of Frank Avery, now runs a refined martial arts studio. He's disciplined, calm, and polite, the kind of man who bows before he strikes. His life is clean, organized, and focused on perfection. But beneath his composed exterior lies a fire he doesn't understand, the echo of something unfinished. Meanwhile, halfway across the world, in the steamy streets of Hong Kong, Alex Wagner walks a very different path. He's a smuggler, sharp, reckless, and fiercely independent. With slicked back hair and a permanent scowl, he moves product through the docks and keeps the local thugs in check. Life has made him rough, cold, and quick with his fists. Frank, still haunted by the past, finally uncovers the truth: both twins survived that bloody night. Seeing an opportunity to restore what was lost, he takes Chad back to Hong Kong, telling him it's time to face his origins. When Chad arrives, Hong Kong feels like another planet, noisy, dangerous, alive. But nothing prepares him for the shock of meeting Alex. Two men, staring at the mirror image of themselves, divided by fate. Suspicion fills the room, and fists nearly fly before words do. They share a face, but not a life. And neither one is ready to trust the other. In the flickering light of a small Hong Kong warehouse, two men circle each other like reflections caught in motion. Alex can't believe what he's seeing, a stranger who looks exactly like him. Chad, wide-eyed, tries to speak, but his soft tone only makes Alex angrier. To him, this is some kind of setup, a trick meant to get close. The tension crackles like live wire until Frank steps between them, breaking the silence with a truth that shakes them both: they're brothers. Chad's mind spins as he tries to piece it all together. Alex, skeptical, pours himself a drink, scoffing at the story. He's lived his whole life fighting to survive, fairy tales don't exist in his world. But the more he hears, the more the puzzle pieces start to fit. The same eyes. The same scar. The same birth date. Though they share blood, they couldn't be more different. Chad, gentle and polished. Alex, raw and volatile. Even their stances speak volumes: one stands tall and measured, the other coiled and ready to strike. Still, beneath the hostility, something unspoken begins to stir. A strange familiarity neither can deny. Frank, sensing the fragile peace, shifts the focus. He tells them about their parents, about the betrayal that destroyed everything. The name Griffith burns through the air like poison. For the first time, both brothers feel the same spark of purpose: revenge. And it's only just beginning. As night blankets Hong Kong, Frank reveals the grim details of that deadly betrayal. Paul Wagner's empire, the Victoria Harbour Tunnel, was stolen by Griffith and his criminal allies. They forged documents, silenced witnesses, and buried the truth under layers of corruption. Everything their father built, gone. Chad listens with disbelief. His entire life, he thought his family had died in an accident. Alex, though cold, clenches his jaw. To him, revenge isn't just justice, it's survival. The brothers share a common enemy, but their methods couldn't be further apart. Alex knows the underworld well. He moves through it like smoke, familiar with the thugs, dealers, and smugglers that keep Griffith's operation running. Chad, however, is out of his element. His tidy manners and bright clothes make him stand out like a beacon in a storm. Still, he's determined. Frank introduces them to Danielle, an old associate who once worked for Griffith's company. She's tough, smart, and resourceful, and she knows more than she lets on. Danielle provides them with blueprints, photos, and the location of Griffith's headquarters, hidden behind a high-security compound on the Kowloon docks. The plan begins to take shape. But Griffith isn't blind. His men are watching, always listening. Meanwhile, Alex starts noticing something else. Danielle seems to be getting a little too close to Chad. Jealousy flares, tension builds, and mistrust creeps in. Even when united by blood, the heart can still divide them. Hong Kong's underworld never sleeps. Beneath the glimmering skyline lies a maze of alleys, docks, and shadows where deals are made with fists instead of contracts. Here, Alex reigns, the tough twin who knows how to bend the rules. But now, he's not alone. Chad, still adjusting to this darker world, follows his brother into the chaos, learning how to move unseen. Together, they start probing Griffith's network, hitting small operations to send a message. Every punch, every kick, every explosion echoes through the city's veins. Chad's style is fluid, disciplined, a dancer in combat. Alex, on the other hand, fights like a storm, messy, brutal, efficient. Watching them fight side by side feels like seeing one man split in half, order and chaos, grace and fury. As their actions draw attention, Griffith's enforcers strike back. The brothers find themselves ambushed in a neon-lit nightclub. Glass shatters, bullets fly, and chaos erupts. Chad moves with precision, Alex with rage, the two forming an unspoken rhythm that keeps them alive. But even victory comes with consequences. Griffith, realizing who they are, orders their elimination. Zhang, the old mobster who once killed their parents, resurfaces, colder and more dangerous than ever. Frank urges caution, but Alex's pride burns too hot. He wants to take the fight straight to Griffith. Chad wants to plan. Two brothers, one goal, but two very different paths to reach it. Tension reaches a boiling point. What started as a fragile partnership begins to crack under pressure. Chad, with his calm approach, wants to gather more intel, wait for the perfect moment. Alex, impatient and angry, wants blood now. Their differences explode one night after a failed mission, when Alex accuses Chad of being too soft, too American. Chad fires back, saying Alex is reckless and blinded by ego. The words cut deep. Their argument escalates until fists replace words. The brothers clash in an explosive fight, two versions of the same man battling for dominance. It's personal, emotional, and raw. Frank steps in, trying to break them apart, but the damage is already done. After the fight, Chad storms off, bloodied but resolute. Alex drinks alone in the dark, torn between pride and guilt. Danielle tries to mediate, reminding them that their fight isn't with each other, it's with the men who destroyed their family. Meanwhile, Griffith tightens security around his empire. He knows the twins are coming, and he's not taking chances. Zhang, the ruthless enforcer, begins hunting them down with precision. In a quiet moment of reflection, Chad looks at an old photo of their parents. For the first time, he feels the true weight of what they lost. Across town, Alex does the same, silently realizing that for all their differences, they're stronger together. And soon, the brothers will have no choice but to unite again. As dawn breaks, the brothers regroup. Their bond, though battered, begins to mend. Chad swallows his pride, Alex buries his anger, and together they return to the one place where it all began, the Victoria Harbor Tunnel. The site of their parents' murder, now guarded like a fortress under Griffith's control. Frank, Danielle, Chad, and Alex plan one final infiltration to expose Griffith's empire. Using stolen credentials and insider routes, they sneak through the shipping containers and tunnels beneath the docks. The air is thick with tension. One wrong move could mean death. Alex handles the explosives, Chad focuses on timing and precision. They move like shadows, each trusting the other despite their past fights. In the distance, they can hear Griffith's men shouting orders, unaware of the storm about to hit them. Through security cameras and corridors, Danielle feeds them information. Frank covers their exit points, ready for backup. Every step brings them closer to the truth, and closer to the man who took everything from them. But as they reach the central vault, the walls start closing in. Guards flood the tunnel, alarms blare, and the betrayal from years ago finally comes full circle. The brothers face Zhang's elite guards in a brutal hand-to-hand battle that shakes the underground walls. Each kick and strike feels personal, a lifetime of rage unleashed. And as the smoke clears, Griffith finally realizes, his past has come back to claim him. Sirens echo through the docks as chaos erupts around the Wagner twins. Fire flickers across the tunnel walls, lighting their faces with determination and fury. Griffith's empire is collapsing, years of corruption burning down in minutes. The brothers push forward, battered but unstoppable, fighting side by side with precision born from shared blood. Chad's calm focus complements Alex's raw aggression, creating a balance only twins could achieve. Every movement is a reflection of the other, two halves reunited by vengeance. Frank covers their flank, shouting directions, while Danielle hacks into the main control room to erase Griffith's digital empire. Griffith, cornered and desperate, tries to flee through the upper levels of the tunnel compound. His men scatter, leaving him exposed. Jean, wounded but still dangerous, makes one last stand, refusing to let the twins reach their goal. The confrontation that follows isn't just about revenge, it's about reclaiming everything that was stolen. The battle reaches its breaking point as the structure begins to collapse around them. Sparks rain from broken wires, metal groans, and the air fills with smoke. Amid the chaos, the brothers stand united, bloodied but alive. What began as tragedy now ends as rebirth. They may have lost their parents and their past, but they've gained something greater, each other. Two brothers, one heart. Divided by fate, reunited by blood. And somewhere, beyond the rising smoke of Hong Kong, their story finally finds peace.